And we are back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Vibe. And I'm visited by a dear friend for the station also. I've seen you on Nick's show a lot. Okay, you and Nick talking about like crazy things, man. Okay, so and today I have the honor of actually co-hosting a show with Laura here. So, Laura, how you been?
Hi, I'm good. I'm trying to deal with the heat. As you can see, I can't drop this because it's roasting over
That's
here.
okay. That's okay. We're human end of the day, right?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
find whatever we can to do anything. So whatever it is, all right. So we are going to talk about traveling. Do you like to travel, Laura?
Oh yeah, I love to travel.
All
Yeah,
right. So
and
do
I'd
you
love
prefer
to.
travel? Yeah. Do you
I'd
prefer
love
traveling?
to.
Sorry, you go.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that I would love to be a travel vlogger and kind of record everywhere I go and go to different countries and
Ex-
try different cultures and food and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Same. I mean, I think especially for thanks to the upgrades in social media and everything. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be one of the travel bloggers, you can always open a TikTok account.
Yeah, yeah, very
Yeah,
easy now.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So, what would you like to do? All right, tell me, what do you like? Do you like to travel alone, or do you like to travel with people?
Um, it actually depends on where I'm going. I mean, if it's like a girls' trip kind of thing, I definitely like to go with people. I'm more of a people person. I like where we're a lot, not too many.
Uh
Like
huh.
yeah, but not just by myself.
All
No. For
right.
example, if
So,
I say we're going to Barbados or something, I wouldn't want to go by myself. No.
you don't want to go by yourself.
No, no, I don't want to have
All
all the
right.
fun alone.
No, it's not about like okay. When I say it's not just about the fun, okay.
Right.
Like I, to be honest, I also hate traveling alone. All right, I don't. That's such a lonely and depressing life. Why would I want that? Right. But the real reason for traveling alone is which most people forget to mention. Okay, is that you get to meet new people. Okay, it's not like
Yeah.
you are going to be there and you're going to be like all to yourself in the room. All right, I think I'll go for a swim in the pool. Although some people are there, I don't think I'll go there. I'll go back to my room, right? I mean, if you're like a people person, all right, I say this would be the most epic way to actually meet new people.
Yeah.
Okay, if
Yeah.
you see it in a different kind of view, okay, different point of view, basically. And so I mean, I didn't like it at first, but I tried it once. All right, and I was along the way while I was heading to this the destination I was going for. I was thinking, oh man, why am I doing this alone? I'm traveling alone in a vehicle, and and also the driver is there. He ain't talking either. And I'm just being like, what have I done? Shall I just make a U-turn and go back home? Okay. I mean, oh man, and I would just think that. But then when I got there, all right, I got to meet the staff. Okay,
Yeah.
and it was an amazing staff at this place. Okay, and they had the most welcoming attitude ever. All right, they had the most welcoming attitude, and they would just talk. They would say, "Are you okay? What would you like to have?" My thing is, okay, I've been telling everyone this. If you're going on maybe a getaway, I say you can have one day just to get rest from the trip that you got there.
Mhm.
Okay, you get
Yeah.
tired, right? I mean, a
And jet
very
lagged if you're flying. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And you just get tired and you're like, and you just want to sleep, but then you're like, wait, I don't have much time. I'm going home tomorrow, right? And that's no point of it all. Okay. You should have at least 2 days to
Mhm.
experience where you are.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I've never traveled for any less than, I'd say, 2 weeks. I've never traveled less than 2 weeks. Yeah.
Wow.
Um, yeah. I have traveled alone a few times. That was obviously
Hmm.
when I came to the UK to
Right.
study for my masters. I came
Okay.
alone with just me, and
Uh-huh.
it was I think it was a 19 hours journey.
Wow.
6 hours the first flight, and then I had to wait for like 3 or 4 hours,
Oh my God.
at the connecting airport, and then another like 5 hours coming. Honestly, it was so long. It was just me, and my AirPods died. So yeah, it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't like, but I guess you could say the trip was worth it, right? Okay,
Oh
you're
gosh.
oh man,
Yeah.
how long did it take for you to recover from that journey? 90 hours of traveling. My goodness.
You know what? I'm the kind of person that I would always say, oh, as soon as I get home, I'm going to sleep immediately. It never happens like that. Never.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh.
just take my phone and then probably a bunch of messages I have to reply. And then my mom has probably called me like 10 times on the
Uh-huh.
way. And then I probably just remember, oh yeah, I've got this series that I've abandoned and I need to catch up with the series. And I end up not sleeping until like, 11 p.m.
Until you're forced to like, okay, listen, bro, you need to
Yeah.
pass out. Okay, yourself would make you just turn into two people. All right, I'm sorry. I need to put myself down,
Yeah.
Tom.
Sometimes I just sleep with my phone in my hand and I just wake up. I'm like, oh, right, I slept off. Okay, I was
Yeah,
probably very tired. Yeah,
exactly.
but
It's a different feeling because it's not our fault in the day. I mean, once we get to the destination, we just forget that we are tired. I'm like, wow, this is a new place.
yeah,
We are
exactly.
sinking it in, right? We're taking it out like, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
my
it's so
thought at the first start,
exciting.
yeah. Our first thought of the thing was, okay. I mean, I go into the room, go to the bed, knockout, right? That's our thought. But when we get there, we're like,
Yeah.
well. What's tired again? What does tired mean? Oh man, you know.
And then it's like you just want to see everywhere that as soon as you get there, you want to, go for a walk, you want to see around and you want to see, oh,
Exactly.
what are the nice restaurants, what are the nice fast foods or whatever. And then you forget
Just
that
stay there.
I
You
was
can
actually so
sleep.
tired. And then you just forget
Oh,
that, oh, I actually
what
journeyed
sleep?
20 hours. What
Exactly.
sleep?
Oh,
What
what
was that?
sleep?
What's
90
that?
hours
I
traveling.
don't know who
That's
that
it.
is.
That's it. I can take more.
I don't know who that is. What is the sleep? Who's that?
Uh,
And then you're
exactly.
exhausted. And then,
Exactly. It's all about like it's going the destination you go to, and also the how you
oh yeah,
actually and what kind of mindset you go in. Okay,
yeah.
like I mean, this is why you need those extra days. I mean, if
Hmm.
you take a vacation for 2 weeks, if your minimum is 2 weeks, Laura, you know, I'm giving you my respect, man. I'm jealous too. All right, I'm jealous, but I'm giving you my respect too. Okay, because that's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay,
Anytime I
that's like
travel, it has to be worth it for me. It has to be worth it because first of all, for you to go on a vacation or for you to travel at all,
yeah,
most times it's not cheap.
yeah,
And then it's like you're using up your savings, no matter how much it is, and then
exactly.
you're using up your time,
Yep.
the opportunities that you would have made use of, if you had stayed at home, you're using. So I'm like, no, it has to be worth it. I can't spend any less than 2 weeks. Sometimes I go for a whole month, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna
Hey,
like just enjoy.
I know, right? I mean, why not? Okay, once I did this thing where okay, I had my weekend off. Okay,
Yeah.
I was working for a company where my weekends off. For a long time I didn't have weekends off. Okay,
Wow.
but once I thought, you know what, I want a weekend off once. Okay, and I took this trip with a friend, and I'm like, I came to this. It was just a weekend off. I'll be back. We left Saturday early morning Saturday, and we're supposed to come back Sunday evening. But okay, the thing is, on Sunday, I was like, it's not enough. I want to stay more. Like, I want to go. I want to go and see if there are crocodiles near the lake or something. I want to see what's that bird. I want to find another bird or
Yeah.
something. I want to stay on the. I want to stay in the pool for. Can I
Yeah.
stay in
You
the
want
pool
it
for
to
like
be
12
worth
hours?
it. Of
Exactly.
course.
And we were thinking like we'll extend it for an extra day, but we extended for extra 2 days. I mean, okay, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what? I don't think I can get more than this. I mean, I was calling
Yeah.
calling the company, the company I work for, and saying, "I'm sick." I'm sick. I'm sick.
So I,
Yeah,
I think I think
and
everyone has done that. Everyone has done that.
yeah.
Don't worry
But
about
now if I
it.
do that, they'll tell me to go and take a PCR test or an antigen test or something. Say, oh, yeah, you got corona. It's so easy now, though.
Yeah.
If people ever notice, it's so easy to take some. I'm kept having a
It
sneeze, man.
is.
Ugh.
It is. You don't even. I don't even need to say anything. I just like. Oh, I can't talk. I've lost my phone. Oh no, stay with me. Stay. Okay, thank you. I just dropped my phone. Like
Yeah.
that's the end. I mean, we're not teaching anyone how to lie to get off work, but we're just saying
No,
the obvious.
no. We're
Like
just saying what we would do.
no.
We're just saying what we would do. You can follow it if you like.
You don't have to go with what we're saying. Like,
Oh, yeah, exactly. And the best part is, you can, if you want to extend it further, if you want to actually lie, a proper lie to your boss or something, you can say, "I'm going for the PCR test right now, boss." Okay. I think, they said it's not, they're not sure because it came out positive, but they're not sure because it's not to a certain limit. But they say that I have to take another one tomorrow, so I'll take it tomorrow too.
yeah.
and then, and
Oh
if the second
my
one comes
gosh.
positive, I'm self isolating myself.
I
I've
think
been
I
told
think
to
a
self
lot of
isolate.
people I think a lot of people use this excuse during this pandemic.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Yeah. But here's the
Yeah,
downside. This excuse has a good side and a bad side.
I'm sure
You
it
know,
does.
the bad side is, oh, don't worry, you can work from home. They're like, uh, hmm,
My kind of like during the pandemic, I worked as a healthcare assistant. So basically, I was a key worker,
uh-huh,
right? So this is not a kind of remote, work available kind of job. You can't work from home. You have to be
hmm,
there.
yeah.
So I think that was a good part for me. I was like, if you're a key worker, stay at home. No, no, no. Just relax, rest. Have you called 111? Okay, okay. Just chill. And then I just call my sister, yo, I'm going shopping. What's up?
Can you bring a face
Yeah.
mask, like a whole face mask?
Yeah, but if we're talking about traveling, I don't know. It's for me. I like flying. I like going on in planes and stuff. But I
Yeah,
also love like traveling by road because I love to like see things and take pictures. You can't exactly take pictures in a cloud, can you?
yeah, no, not
But you
really. Oh,
see.
look, this is another cloud. This is the second cloud. Oh, we went through this cloud.
Well, you take a lot of pictures down, and then you see animals, and you're seeing a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
see
yeah.
that many like big animals. The first time I saw a pig, it's
Uh-huh.
shocking. Or the first time I saw a pig, I was like amazed because like I've never like seen one up close.
Okay.
So I
Really,
was
not
just
even an X?
looking. What?
Not even an X?
No.
Come on. Oh,
I
this is
got
what a
that
pig
one.
looks like.
I got that one. I got that one. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's different categories. There's the X, and then there's a human pig. No, not
That's
the
true.
human pig.
That's true.
Got it, got the human pig. But you know what I mean. But yeah, I was really amazed, and I think for me that is the beauty of like traveling by road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it takes so long. It takes so long, longer
Yeah.
than obviously flying by air. So that's just it for me. Which do
All
you
right. All right.
prefer, flying or by
Me,
road?
well, the first time I went in a plane, okay, was actually a few years ago, and I gotta say it's the most luckiest experience I've ever had. Right?
Yeah.
It was for this kind of a project we were going for, and I wasn't expecting to go because at that moment I did not have this. All right, but I
All
got
right.
to know
Yeah.
that a secret admirer or a sponsor. I got a secret sponsor saying, "Hey, you've been sponsored by someone." I'm like, "Who is it?" They're like, "We don't
Oh.
know." Yeah, and I'm like, "Who is that?" Okay, so I went. I was going to India. All right, and I was on my way to India, and suddenly we were going in economy class, and
Yeah.
my uncle is also a person who works for the airlines. Okay, he's also a cabin
Hmm.
crew manager, also known as a purser. Okay, and he was like, "Are you on the plane?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." Okay, I'm gonna try. Do you want to fly the entire trip in the cockpit? I'm like, "What? Really? Off first try? Okay. All right, yeah, why not? Can I
That must have
fly?"
been
He like,
awesome.
"Don't push it." Yeah, he like, "Don't push it." Okay, I'm like, just kidding, right? And the pilots who were there were actually having someone who was actually flying for the first time, so he
Yeah.
needed full focus, and so I'm like, yeah, it's cool, no worries. But I went to the economy class, and also this cabin crew stewardess was just coming towards me, and I'm like, "Oh man, you're a pretty thing, aren't you?" She just came directly at me. Okay, from the start of the plane, she's just directly looking at me, just walking towards me, and I'm like, "Hey, are you Kyle?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." Wow. Well, so how can I help you? Can you bring your bag and come forward? I'm like, "Oh wait, my cockpit travel. Okay, I'm moving to the cockpit. Okay, no." So unfortunately, we can't let you into the cockpit today because there is this new pilot who has to who needs the full focus. So
Yeah.
captain is looking after him. Oh yeah, that's okay, fine. I'm like, why do you call me in front though? I'm like, am I being kicked out because I can't ride the coffin or something? You're like, so you'll be traveling in first class. I'm like, wait, what?
That's like equally
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. And the people who was we were going the project with, okay, and there was this couple also who was actually in charge of the entire project. They were in first
Yeah.
class, and next thing you know, they look to the right, they see me. I'm like, what's up? It was an amazing, okay, it was an amazing
Yeah.
experience, and seeing, uh, being in the sky for the first time, I felt like, wow,
Yeah.
traveling the world is something that I need to get onto.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely,
whether
absolutely.
whether it's underwater, and I'm a guy who is afraid of water in the sense because if I can't see the bottom, I freak out. Okay,
Yeah.
I love to swim. I was in my squad. I was in the swimming squad. But when I go to the beach, I if I can't see the bottom, I forget how to swim. I'm like, no, I can't stay here. No, right? Oh man, those were the times. Okay,
Yeah.
and but yeah, traveling. This is where in that experience where I traveled alone
Yeah.
in the first class. I was supposed to go with the friends in the economy class, but I got to
Yeah.
travel alone, and I thought it's going to be weird. I mean, I'll be alone, and I'll be it's like I'm
Yeah.
third wheeling the couple who was there with me. Okay, and I'm like, but it felt nice because I got some fancy food. All right, I got some fancy drinks, and I'm like,
Nice.
okay, all right, okay, once in a while,
I
okay,
can
then
get
that's
used to
when
this.
yeah, it is. All right. Oh, so when do you have free flights? All right. you know, and that was the best part about it. All right. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it. I
Yeah.
I, I wouldn't say, nah, I'm going to travel alone for the rest of my life. No, not really. But
Yeah, but
there
that
is a
experience
time.
was good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I
When you,
don't
when you
my
yes.
first experience, I think
Uh-huh.
okay, I'd flown before, like locally, right, in my country, Nigeria, and it was just like a few like 1 hour flights, so it was quite short. But my first international flight was in 2015, and this new airline just opened up, so they were like, doing testing and just taking people on and stuff. We actually almost missed our flight because I went with my family, and we got there 1 hour late. They closed the counters. They said they were not going to let us in. And
Oh
one way or
man.
the other, my dad managed to talk to the manager, who surprisingly just let us in. And we're only less than 10 people on the plane, on the
Right.
entire plane. So
Oh come on.
imagine like having so many spaces that you could literally lie on a full stretch of 3 chairs. That was me. I
Yo,
was just pacing back and forth, just walking over. It was so cool. It felt
it
like it
was
was
so
just me on the plane. Yeah, but I had my family
yeah.
there, and I would just, if I got bored of one spot, I just go to the next one. I just rest, and if I got bored, I just go back. I just go somewhere else. So it was
If
it
it's
was a really
available, why
nice
not, right?
experience. Yeah, and I went to the business. I went to the first class. I just wanted to
But
sit down. Like, I
I'm,
actually want to see what the bus is all about.
exactly.
Business
You know,
class. What is it?
and no one's going to
What
blame you either. It's not like we're stopping mid-air to pick up someone, right? I mean, come on.
exactly. I'm
What
like,
is Superman
I
making a
want
visit?
to.
Okay.
I was just talking to myself like, I want to see what they have that I don't. Well, I mean, what's up the buzz anyway? It was
Exactly.
awesome. Yeah, but I went back though because my mom was just like, stop walking around, come back here. Yeah, fine.
Oh man,
Yeah,
if it
but
was my mom, I'll be like, you should try it, mom. Come on, you clean the house like every day. You should be. You want a broom? I'm pretty sure they'll love you to sweep the plane or something.
it was
Okay.
such a yeah, and I'm just the opposite because I think I used to know how to swim, or I don't even know. I don't know if I've ever learned to swim, but I can't swim right now. I'll just say right now because I really don't
Yeah.
remember much of when I was younger about
Yeah.
swimming and stuff. So I've never been on like a boat cruise or anything like that, like a yacht or something like that. But I'm sure I would freak
Same. I
out
mean, no, not me
because
neither. Yeah.
I've watched a lot of movies where boats capsize and then people just die. Titanic, Poseidon, a lot of them. I'm like,
Oh,
if anything happens, shoot, we're doomed. No,
don't
I need to know. I need to
movies
know
come to
I can
life.
save myself. I need to know I'm not going to be shark food if anything
Yeah.
happens. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's why I just air or land, not
Oh,
water. Definitely
yeah.
not. No,
Not
not for
what.
me.
If you're in there and fall into water, no, I'm learning to fly now.
Like I'm pretty sure there's parachutes under our chair if I'm in the air. If we're driving and we're about to run an accident, I open the door, I'm out. I'm jumping out. But you see on top of the water, there's nowhere to run. Nowhere at all. And I'm pretty sure the sharks have probably got their fork and their knives and are just waiting like, yep, drop down. Let's
Can I change your perspective on sharks though? Can I do that?
I've seen too many shark movies. Trust me, like.
How about if I show you real shark, a real shark person who swims with sharks?
Well,
do you believe me?
Maybe he's tamed those sharks. Maybe those sharks are like his pets.
No, they are not tamed at all. They're pure wild. They're pure right.
He's probably. I don't know.
It's actually okay. If one day you are in a situation where you have nowhere to run, you're in the ocean and you see a shark coming, okay? Remember what I said.
I would just pretend like I'm dead or something.
No, that's your world. That's easy.
And it's probably just gonna be like, oh, she's dead. Let's go.
Okay, that was for bears. That's not for sharks.
And you will be like, oh, she gone. Let's go. Yeah, let's go look for another fishery.
It's the most scariest thing to do. You know, if a shark is coming at you, like trying to attack you or something. So this is the weirdest part, right? You have to stretch out your arm, okay? Stretch out your arm and knock it on the nose and just hit it to the side.
Wait, what?
But it's like basically, okay, you see the shark coming at you, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing you need to do is, okay, just hit it and just not hit it, like maneuver it away.
What if its mouth is like this wide? How am I so? It's gonna chop my arm off. No, thank you. No, I won't make it. I won't make it. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I've seen the statistics. Me and sharks, and I'm not lucky.
Yeah, I mean, well, if one day you're in a situation, you won't have a choice. Oh, just stretch out your arm.
Remind me never to go on a boat cruise. Because you, Kai, remind me never to go on a boat cruise. Because you are saying if I find myself in that situation, so I'd rather just avoid it altogether. You know,
or just go total Rambo, carry your knife wherever you go. Like I'm ready, man.
No. Me and water. The only water I can tolerate is the one in the swimming pool or the one in the shower.
All right.
That's about it. So anyone where there's
that's about it.
That's about it.
Oh man, you should check out these profiles where this person who actually swims with sharks is called Ocean Ramsey. Okay,
right.
She swims with tiger
sharks.
Oh,
is she?
Yeah, it's a she.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, she.
Okay, now I feel inspired. Go on.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I need to say. The first one. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, she. Okay, is this amazing person who swims with sharks maybe twice or thrice her size. Okay, and it's not a the sharks, when they know that she's not a threat, sharks attack because you're a threat. They think you're a threat. Okay. Unless if you bleed, you bleed. That's clearly I can eat this. You're not supposed to bleed. Right?
Yeah.
Because their smell is so heightened in the water, and but Ocean Ramsey just swims with them like this.
Wow.
You know, like Free Willy. Remember the movie Free Willy?
I don't remember much of it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I don't remember
about
much.
A killer whale, all right? It's a movie about a killer whale. Now, killer whales eat sharks, all right? And
all right.
Killer whales are actually they're basically whales, but they are not a threat unless they are being threatened, okay?
Yeah.
So imagine Ocean Ramsey being one of them and swimming with the sharks, chatting them, hugging them, and being their friend and stuff. I mean, it's amazing. Check her out, though. Okay, there are so many other people out there who.
I will.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. All right, and I believe it's time for us to get into a short break. Don't you think so? Right, and so we'll be coming back as we'll be talking more about traveling alone. Man, where did that conversation go? I love that. Righto, people. We'll be back soon. Until then, it's Kyle and Laura. Okay, going in for a break. We'll be back soon.
the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be, so that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just it's basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level or your lack of education or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account, and then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time. And we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different, right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. And it's Laura and Kyle with you on The Vibe once again. And we've been talking about in this hour, what's it like to travel alone? Okay.
Yep.
What do you think the benefits? Okay. Let's just say you don't like to travel alone, right?
Not too much, no.
Okay. Can you say why? Like a few pointers why? One is I remember you saying you don't want to share, you don't want to have fun all alone. Is there any other reason like that?
Well, personally, I love to make videos, everywhere I go. Yeah, so it's always fun when you have and it's always better when you have more people,
Mm-hmm.
Also, if the journey is really long, then it gets, tiring.
Yeah,
If it's just you by yourself, especially if
homesick.
your AirPods die on you like mine did.
Okay.
But besides that, sometimes I'm not going to disagree. Sometimes you just need your alone time, just you.
Of course. Yes.
So that I would say is one of the good sides to traveling alone. So it's just you and just meditating or thinking about your future, thinking about your life,
Mhm.
thinking about a lot of things. Try not to get depressed in the process.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I
of
think
course, yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, not overdoing it, basically. Okay,
Yeah.
it's basically like, okay, don't get used to traveling alone because suddenly then you'll find yourself, why isn't anyone hanging out with me? I'm like,
And then you start to think that there's something wrong with you. Why don't I have any friends?
yeah. I mean, no one
Yeah.
likes me. I'm like, dude, you lock yourself in a room with no door. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, okay, so all right, yeah, that's true. I mean, sharing this fun is also exciting, especially if you're, I mean, we love our friends, right? But like you said, when you're taking in, when you want a time for just yourself, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, going a long distance is not gonna. It's just gonna make you more depressed. But taking that time off, okay, whether it's in the next city, okay, maybe going to the closest forest or just going on for a campsite or something, it's have. I mean, okay, I wouldn't say going on a campsite alone. You could get lost or you could get eaten, and then everyone's wondering where did you go. Next thing you know, after 5 years, oh look, we found Kyle. His ID card says that he's dead. Right? So traveling alone has some basically taking your time. If you're especially going for a time where you need a change of mindset, okay,
Hmm.
this mindset is coming to a point where like especially during lockdown time during 2020,
Yeah.
okay, a lot of people had to go from the field they were in and to another one because some people lost almost like a major amount of people lost their jobs,
Yeah.
right? And it was crazy. And so there was a time where I lost my job, okay, and I had to go to a different field, and I was nervous, I was scared, I was like, oh man, I have to start again from zero again,
Yeah.
right? But
Hmm.
the only excitement I could have was like, okay, it's something new, right?
Yeah.
And once my friends and I, we just didn't go on a trip. We just went took maybe like a 1 day off. I just went with a friend of mine. All right, and then we went for karting. Okay, like go karting,
Oh
and
yeah.
it
Yeah.
was yeah. And you can just have this amazing time for 10 minutes, or you can do races. You take your mind off the entire thing,
Hmm.
just your mind on the race, right? And suddenly, and I decided to go for one round alone,
Right.
and for my luck, the track was empty. Okay, the time I picked,
Hmm.
it was just me, and I'm like, you guys better be
Wow.
recording this. All right, I want every recording from every angle. You don't get a chance like this at all, right? And then suddenly
Yeah.
I started off like in super speed. I was trying to break my timing from my earlier lap, and then suddenly I thought, wait a minute, I need to think about something, and I just took a drive. I just strolled on the track, and they're like, why do you slow
Yeah.
down? And I'm like, I was thinking about something, and then it clicked me. Okay,
Yeah.
I need some time off for myself. If I'm enjoying this little track, okay, just going
Hmm.
here, and okay, I need to I need something. I need to do something about it, right? And
Yeah.
it was just that's when I took a trip alone. That's the time I decided, okay, I need a small weekend off. A weekend is actually enough for.
Yeah.
I mean, I like we spoke about. We need to have a long period of time, but a vacation
Hmm.
is with people you love. Okay, when
Yeah.
you're taking time alone, a weekend is totally enough. That is the
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Definitely.
get
Definitely.
otherwise you're gonna get used to it. You're gonna used to having fun alone, right? And that just changed my entire mindset. Okay, it was
Yeah.
so easy to change by just relaxing. All right. I was just relaxing for a whole weekend. I was sleeping whenever I wanted to. I was thinking whenever I wanted to. And I was uh, doing research on the field
Yeah.
I was going to go for. And it was like I was watching videos. There was a time I put a YouTube video on and I would just sleep listening to it. I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, if you can sleep through it, okay. And the next day morning, I just suddenly remember all these little details
Yeah.
of the video. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was ready. By Monday, I was ready to go back to the zoo. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Like, you have a different face all of a sudden. I'm like, yeah, I changed
Yeah.
it.
It's
I
like
mean,
you're refreshed now. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. You are basically, you've been on. It's like you're a PC, and you just, as soon as you're on your PC, you hit refresh like about a million times. Okay, but what the PC actually needs is a restart,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? Oh
And a
man,
relax.
and a relax, and also a
That's it.
radio. Well, relax radio's done. Okay, and
Yeah, I think think sorry to cut you short, but I think another
No.
reason why I really, like to travel with more people is because, you have a good laugh, There's always something to do. It's either because I like playing cards, so surprisingly I take like cards everywhere I go. Especially
Nice.
if I'm traveling, so it's like, oh, we're bored, what should we do? Just bring our cards. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's play,
Exactly.
got drinks and you're not drinking booze or something, on the plane or getting drunk or anything, but you still have like drinks and you're having a good time.
Yeah.
And if you're driving like by bus or a car or something, or basically driving on land, it's even better. You don't have the cabin crew telling you, shh, be quiet. You're disturbing other passengers. So it's just you guys, probably like 4 or 5 of you, or maybe 3 or 4 of you. You guys just
Even
having
just two
fun
of you.
and
Yeah.
exactly just two.
Yeah.
As long as you have one other person, you guys are you're having the good time, and then you're probably gisting, talking about the past, and say, oh, do you remember that time when we were younger, and do you remember back in school? And you can't exactly do that to yourself. You're gonna sound like you're crazy. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, Laura, do you remember that time? But, oh yeah, I remember that. And then people are just looking at you like, is she okay?
Are you okay, bro?
Yeah, I think we should
Snap
just
out of it,
stay
man.
away from her. But you can do that when you have one or two people around you, and it's
Exactly.
always fun. It's always fun to
Exactly.
just remember your childhood. I love to remember my childhood. I love to remember stuff like cartoons and
Oh, what's your favorite?
games and
What's your favorite cartoon?
I've got a
Let's see
few
if we.
favorites. I love
Okay. What?
Powerpuff Girls. I love Samurai Jack. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love Megas XLR. I love a whole of them. Yeah, so I was pretty much a
I've.
Cartoon Network freak.
Oh, okay. I've heard in one of them. I've heard of Samurai Jack. It's the
Oh
guy
yeah,
with the hair with the toothpick, right?
yeah, the Asian guy with the samurai with the sword and the
Yes.
chopsticks, I think, in his hair.
The chopstick, right, right, right.
Yeah,
Yes,
with the
yes,
wooden
yes, yes, yes.
slippers. Yeah.
Nice. My one was okay. Mine was Thundercats.
Oh,
Okay, and
Thundercats.
Mom. Have you watched Mommy's Alive?
Mom's
There's a
alive?
cartoon called Mommy's Alive from
Oh no,
2045
no,
BC. Yeah. Oh
no,
man.
no.
Wow. Okay, there's a guy.
I
There's
also
another one called Biker Mice from Mars.
I love that
Silver
one. I
Hawks.
love Biker Mice.
All
And I also love
right.
Kid Next Door, KND.
All
I
right.
love, yeah, I love those cartoons. I used to call myself number
Nice.
5 just because she was badass and she was
Oh,
just be like,
of course. Yeah.
yeah. So I love to just remember all these things, and it's always nice. I mean, sometimes it's nice when you're alone and you remember. You just smile to yourself. I don't know if you get those days. You just smile to yourself. And like, oh, but then it's even better when you have someone, and it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember those cartoons? And these cartoons used to have like intro, like Samurai Jack. I can still say the intro verbatim,
Oh,
and I can still
right.
say the one of Powerpuff Girls and a few other cartoons. So, me and my sister or me and my brother, and then we're just saying it and we're just laughing and giggling. It's always fun. And before you know it, maybe a trip of like 7 hours just goes by. I was like, oh, we're there, we've arrived. But if it's just
Nice.
you probably be looking at your time like,
It's just been
5
2
hours to
minutes.
go. Okay. And then you check again 30 minutes. It's like, 4 hours, 30 minutes to go. Oh my gosh, that's so long.
Sometimes it's just been like after 2 minutes, you're just checking the time again. Like,
But if you've
what am
got
I
people
doing?
around, you're there, and it's like, oh, that's nice. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
just it.
Speaking of intros, like especially G.I. Joe was one of the main intros, like we would sing along to, right?
G.I. Joe. I can't really remember the cartoon,
He's
but
the
I do remember
American
the
hero,
movie.
G.I. Joe again. It's like the most motivating song ever. When I was like maybe I was 15 or 16, I was going the first time heading into the gym with my friend. Okay, and
Yeah,
I would tell him to what is motivation music. Okay,
yeah.
do we listen to? I mean, what kind of music do you listen? I know what motivates you, man. I don't know, man. I like G.I. Joe, bro. like you got American hero. It's just basically just having fun. And next thing you know, we didn't on our first day of gym, we didn't have it all the time. That the trainer's like, "What are you doing? Take your earphones off. You're not that advanced yet. Learn this first." Oh, AI Joe tomorrow. But
Yeah.
traveling
I
alone
hear.
also, like you. I mean, if you're a person, okay. A friend of mine did this, like I told you, a friend of mine did it, and she was like, I went alone, and I'm like, what was it like? She went super far. Okay, the,
Yeah.
the trip was 6 to 7 hours, like you were saying, it's just 6 to 7 hours of a trip, and suddenly, and she's like, what was it like? It was fun,
Hmm.
the going there and coming back home back alone. It's like it's depressing, but it's worth it. The word she used was it was worth it. It was worth it. Yeah. She met new people. Okay. She got to do a lot of things. She got to get some sleep. Okay. Uninterrupted sleep. And I'm like, okay, all
You
right,
sound
all
like
right.
you
And
need that desperately now.
oh, so man, I gotta say, if my bed could travel to where I wanted to go, I'll just may build up a roof and be like, okay, let me know when I'm there.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
open the
yeah,
shade up,
definitely.
right? And oh wow, if I could take my bed, like the most comfortable bed I would be is my bed. Okay, I mean, and the most amazing one would be the nice fluffy ones where you just sink into the mattress and be like, oh, I'm in heaven right now. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, traveling alone also is, I mean, it's not recommended for like a lot of times. Like maybe once in maybe 10 years,
Yeah.
traveling alone would be like okay, yeah, once in 10 years because
I
it's
think sorry, I was just gonna say I think it also depends on your personality. Some people are just more introverts,
yeah.
they just love to go alone, and especially like if you've got what's it now? If you're like a writer,
Hmm.
and if you've got like books to write or novels to write, those are the kinds of people that would happily,
Yeah.
travel alone and go alone because they need a lot of focus and concentration. They don't need
Exactly.
anybody being
Inspiration to win
loud.
them. I mean, there's
Yeah.
this always changing the environment you are in would
Hmm.
always change the
Yeah,
inspiration. Like,
exactly. Or if you've got a project going on,
yeah,
then you just travel. So really, it depends on your occupation, your personality. A lot of things can make someone want to travel alone. But
yep,
if you're like a very happy or jovial slash everybody person like me, more outspoken, then
exactly. I mean,
it's definitely better
some
to.
people can write books while their friends are having a jolly good time right around them. Okay,
Well, true, true.
I mean, it's all about the friends. Listen, I'll be here, okay, but I'm gonna be inspired. I'm gonna be on my inspirations. You guys just chill out, okay? Give me some of that, okay? Okay, let's go. I'm gonna continue now. Okay. So yeah, people find their inspiration, in so many ways, and whether it's traveling alone, whether it's traveling together, it's all about finding. It's all about. I mean, traveling for me, it's always been about finding a mindset, finding inner peace with
Yeah.
yourself, balancing
Hmm.
your the reality. Let's face it, reality is totally negative. All right, you
Yeah.
can have one positive day in reality, but eventually that the rest of the week is just going to end up being a negative thing. But to change your mindset to actually be like, okay, you know what, I need to set my mind for this thing. All right, I need the break, my phone, all right, here we go, whoop, right, just get
Yeah.
lost and come back again. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. All right, I mean, I don't know how to feel it, but it's something that you shouldn't do often, but it's something that you should
Yeah,
do
you need
once
once
in
in
a
a
blue moon.
while. Definitely, definitely.
Exactly,
You need that once in
exactly.
a while. Sometimes I just want to go for a walk alone. Sometimes I can be with friends, but I just want to be alone at that point. And it's like you can't escape it. You just fall in that mood. I'm like, oh God, I want to be by myself. But then you've got like maybe you're in a party or it's even your party. I was like, oh gosh, I just wish everyone would just go away and just leave me alone. It's not like you're being rude, but it's just at that point
Hmm.
your mind is just in dire need of like some calmness and some serenity. Just
Exactly,
don't need
exactly,
an army around you. Yeah, but
exactly.
it's fun. Traveling is amazing, amazing.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, there's because see, we are just a dot in the world. Okay, we are just a dot in the earth. Okay, and we need to like keep moving. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not a full stop. We're just a dot who needs to just keep moving here
Yeah,
and there,
absolutely.
and you look for places. I mean, I would still like to go to the Antarctica just to see how cold it is there, and I don't know how it is, right? Especially to the North Pole. If I want to find Santa's place, okay, I want to find Santa's home, right?
Good
The
luck
North
with
Pole,
that.
okay. It's just imagination running wild. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
when you travel, do not travel as a very serious person. Okay,
Yeah,
travel
absolutely.
as a kid. Put your
I mean,
mindset to
the kind of
as
travel is like fun. There's business and pleasure travel. So obviously, pleasure travel, then travel, like open your mind to possibilities and different places and, meeting new people. Yeah,
exactly,
that's just pretty much it.
exactly. And just like people, we also need breaks. Okay, so we are going to head into one right now, and we'll be back with one final talk for world traveling alone. Until then, keep it locked, keep it tuned in to Relax Radio. This is Kyle, and also my partner.
Laura.
All right, we're going for a break right now. Be back soon.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're riding? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts, mainly one because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's very important, right? Because
Very
you want
important,
cars. Yeah.
very important. And also, like people see me in like calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on here, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you've got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be, so that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just this basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level or your lack of education or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account, and then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time. And we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different, right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies and then you step up into different things.